Hello and welcome back to Crimson Grey. Wait, what? Not the new one? No, because after I finished the game, I wanted to do something, came back, looked at my achievement, saw that I only got the happiness ending and not the true ending. So, I'm gonna just try get the true ending. So, yeah. I'll be back in the game, showing my new choices I make. Be a quick episode, well, not quick, but be an episode. Ooh, so you unlocked one bonus from previous games. This will make positive outcomes more likely and negative outcomes less so. Do you want to play with those bonus? Continue with bonuses, hell yeah. Okay. So, smile at her. Because I was told by one of my friends that I nearly did everything right, so yeah. Okay. Okay, so leave a note. Thanks. On the inside, and it has set it in his locker. If it was a prank, that ought to throw the prankster off, and if it was someone who meant well, hopefully they'd just take it as a normal gratitude. He headed home, and once his homework was done, he quickly fell asleep. The next morning, he thought he spotted someone outside of his window, but that was okay. When he opened his locker the next day, his note was gone. So, new outcome, yeah. Making the effort, set the mysterious locker aside. John went with his friend to the rooftop for lunch and okay. Midway through the meaningless conversation, John noticed Lizzie was watching him from a far side of the rooftop. Her gaze was even more intense than before, so, okay, is that all the same? Okay. I watched you. You left me a note. It was almost too much. I took it home and I'll keep it forever and ever and ever. Oh, damn. John realised that he was in way over his head, yet his mouth was still moving, asking inevitable questions. Why did you burn it down? Because it was a stupid tree. You're so smart. Oh, okay. So the rest of this might be the same. So if it's not, I'll see. Okay, it all seemed the same, so I think I'll cut all that out that I've just been through. Hopefully I do. Please do it, Aaron. Please. Don't leave all that in, because you're lazy. Cautiously say yes. Because I was told I was on the right path, just that... Yeah. So... Oh. So he needed to choose carefully. Right, so instead of... so this would be all the same. John walked the street until he was sure that Lizzie was sneaking after him, then turned and waved to her. She waved back. Hi, John. Did you change your mind? Can we go home together? I knew you... No, I just wanted to check with you. Are you taking any medication now? Have you had any bad reactions in the past? Oh no, I never taken anything. My mother always took too many drugs. It scared me when I was little. I see. Are you sure you're really alright taking medication now then? John is so considerate. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I see you take your medicine every day and try to get better. I want to be like you. That changed, didn't it? Okay, good. I hope it will help. I'll take everything you give me, John. Okay. So, pharmacist, right? John explored the part of town where he thought he remembered a Kyotech pharmacy. It turned out his memory was right. It was staffed by a male pharmacist. The middle-aged man gave him a perfunctory nod and listened patiently enough as John described Lizzie's symptoms without mentioning her directly. I recommend Paxentine or Zerozine, either one. No, that's not enough. Excuse me, young man? I don't think I'm on Paxentine. It isn't that simple of a problem. I'm worried she might hurt someone. I see. Is there something you should tell me, young man? No, I just want to help. I wish someone had made me get some help earlier, and I want to be that person for her. If the condition is serious, I do have 2 suggestions. You need a blood test to prescribe either one, though. What do you suggest? Either Nalsin or Yandel cure. Nalsin is better if the problem is mental. Yandel emotional. Unfortunately, it was probably both. But I see. Thanks for letting me know about those. I'll see if I can convince her. Not many people your age would go to so much trouble for a classmate. You're a good kid. Strangely, the man's word actually made John feel better. Maybe he really was doing the right thing with all this. It was getting late and John realised, yeah. He was sure that Lizzie was following him, but couldn't get a clear look at her. At least it was only one more day until the weekend. Okay. So which one do you think would be best for her? Yeah, this one, because now that the pharmacy told me. 2 weeks of coming up, try to help her rest, okay? Yeah, okay. Heading outside, John headed to the bag to Lizzie. He had pushed pretty hard to get to this point, but he would never force her to take any medicine. Yes, you would. Yeah, so I hope you love me now, John. Lizzie, no, I never meant anything like that. Please don't. Yes. Okay. But she had skipped. Yeah. Oh, turned back to him, at least looking at a lot of other things. As he watched her, he realised that she was differently calmer than usual. Her sweet cheerfulness seemed natural, not manic, and she even smiled at people that passed them sometimes. Did that happen? I'm gonna have to watch my videos, cause they're not even up on YouTube yet, so yeah. Could it really be that so with him, the match thing taking weeks to work? Then again, Lizzie was her own case. Of course I took more drugs to cure a serious condition. He knew that all too well. And Miss Smith said therapy was important, blah blah. Third name. Wait, is this all the same? But hey, now he was walking in a park with a girl his age. Maybe things were looking up. Okay, well I think all this is the same. Sounds like a sour grapes to me. His classmate just scoffed. John considered taking Lizzie's hand and pulling her away, but worried about how she would react. And after a moment of hesitation, it was too late. Listen here, you piece of... Oh shit, this is new. Without warning, Lizzie stepped past John and directly into his classmate's face. He caught a glimpse of her, and she seemed strangely focused. Then he could see only the back of her head. John is a good person. Holy shit, she practically humping you. You shouldn't say unkind things about good people. Her voice sounded sweet, but his classmate took several steps backwards. John was suddenly very grateful that he couldn't see her face. I had a nice day today. I hope you all have a nice day too. Fuck this, we're out. They scrambled, just barely slow enough that they weren't running away. Lizzie stayed exactly where she had been standing, entirely still. John wanted to say something, but his mouth was too dry. Let's keep going, okay, John? Sure. But they hadn't gotten far before John realised that he couldn't follow up on that. He had to pull himself together long enough to walk away, but now he had nothing left. It was all too much. Okay, all this is the same, so I think I can cut all this out, right? Usually outside. Sunday was miserable slug through every second. John gave up on accomplishing anything whatsoever and just lay in bed feeling worse about himself. He fell asleep early and woke up in the early morning not feeling better. That was impossible after a day wallowing in himself. But suddenly his energy was back, and he needed it because he hadn't accomplished anything he needed to do over the weekend. He set to working feverishly on Monday's homework. Oh, damn. By the time he needed to go to school, that was different, wasn't it? Go to school, because thingy comes over. His eyes were gritted. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is all the same, so please cut this out, Aaron. And working Monday's homework. By the time he needed to go to school, his eyes were gritty, and his good mood was gone. Yeah. He hadn't gotten very far before, without warning, Lizzie was walking beside him. Oh, yeah. Good morning, John. Morning, are you alright, Lizzie? I spent yesterday thinking. I've come to some conclusions. So, what did you conclude? For such a long time, the most I could imagine was being near you, talking to you, but now I see that's not enough. You have to be protected. I have to do it, Lizzie. What they said to you, it made me so angry. I wanted to kill them. Oh shit. Then you'd be safe. Wait, you didn't? No, I didn't. Because you have to be protected from me too. Oh. Wait. What? Since I took the medicine, I see things differently. I don't like it, but I understand better now. I don't want you to be afraid of me. John, I'd protect you, no matter what. She seemed sad, but so sincere. What was he supposed to say to something like that? You don't need to say anything. Don't worry. Please don't worry. I'll protect you. That's all I can do. I had a really good time on Saturday. I mean it. I'm glad to see you happy too. John is so kind. Too kind. Okay, so it's the same. I'll see you later. She rushed away too quickly, leaving John completely uncertain what to think. In some ways, she seemed more stable, yet that wasn't a complete comfort. Lizzie was still carrying her knife. Okay. On Tuesday, perhaps due to the medication, she seemed so much more stable than before. She was sweet and kind at all times, always considerate and affectionate. Yet there was an occasion moment where she saw a hint of something feral in her eyes. He worried about what she would be capable of if she thought it was necessary. But all in all, John was happier than he had been in a long time. His classmates even stopped messing with him about Lizzie, though he wasn't sure if that was because she seemed normal or because they were afraid of her. Yet he wasn't not really. Okay. Yeah. Yes, we're dating. That's probably a good thing for you. You need more relationships, but I have to ask, have you two been intimate? No. What? How? I'm not teasing you. This is a very serious question. You better not be leading up to giving me a lecture about safe sex or abstinence or anything. So, should I take that as a no? Yes, I mean, no. We haven't done anything like that. It's good to hear that you're at least... To that end, I need to ask one more question. Has the girl ever displayed any strange behaviour, erratic tendencies? What kind of question is that? Did I say that last time? Don't get offended, I'm just trying to be concerned for your welfare. You've never asked questions like that about any of my other friends. I'm not being rude, John. This is important. You see, I looked up that girl's records, and to my surprise, I actually knew her mother. You knew Lizzie's mother? Yes, Abby Doss. Took a part in one of our early clinical trials. Yeah, well, this sounds the same, right? ... Say, how is the Nielsen working out for you? No unpleasant side effects? It's wonderful. Thank you so much for giving it to me. Well, I hope we can find you some more once this dose runs out. Some drugs you can renew week to week, but I don't know about this one. It could be a pain. Oh no, I wouldn't want... Yeah, okay. I wouldn't want you to go to any trouble for me. But that's so sweet, but it's not necessary. It helped me understand our relationship clearly. I don't need it anymore. Ooh. ... But John, we've been dating since you accepted my confession, but we've only done normal things, and I love being with you every single day. But can we do something more I'm not going to propose. I know that's silly. I'm just really happy. It's so romantic. John could only hope that the place would be nice. All he knew about it was what his parents said it was nice. But if he stretched, deciding against it, John just focused on keeping the conversation flowing. Lizzie actually wasn't getting a lot eaten since she didn't talk with her mouth full and listened rapidly whenever he talked, but at least she seems to be having fun. After a while, Lizzie napkin. That was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Yeah, it's all really good. Not the food, the day. Oh, but I've made you talk so much, you haven't gotten... That's okay, No, I'll be quiet and watch you... Oh, God. Yeah. So, Lizzie, how about you tell me where you live? Maybe a big house, big enough, lots of nice windows, but also rooms inside where no one can see us, and maybe a fountain. Lizzie giggled and squirmed in her seat as if she couldn't contain herself. But now I'm just saying things. None of these things really matter. The only thing in our house that I care about is you. Okay. I'm slightly worrying about what she was thinking. John paid the bill, trying not to winch, and then they left the restaurant. They got onto the bus. Lizzie eagerly sat right beside him. The conversation has gotten interrupted, and he was worried if it would feel awkward, but Lizzie didn't seem to mind. After a moment, she hesitantly slid her hand along his arm as if she's trying to take his hand, but too nervous to do so. Take her hand now. As Lizzie's fingers got closer, John moved to take her hand in his. She sighed happily and leaned her head against the shoulder. This feels so nice. Yes, it does. Really? You enjoyed tonight? I did. It's not often that I hear you talk about things, Down and left the room. What could have happened to give Lizzie those eyes? Was she born that way due to her mother's mistakes? Or had her mother driven that wedge between them? Her mother had looked kind in the picture, but John knew all too well that the worst parent could try to act like the most loving. When Lizzie had spoken of her mother earlier, her terms had been negative. He wondered briefly if there could have been abuse of some kind. It was painful thought, but maybe it would explain Lizzie's desperation for love. Or maybe he was making up bullshit. He hated it when people made up... or maybe he was making up bullshit. Okay. He hated it when people made up sub-stories about his conditions, after all. John checked the next door, but it was locked or jammed, so instead he ambled back to the living room. Lizzie was probably almost ready. He wanted to be waiting for her when she was done. Okay, that's new. She finally emerged, wearing similar clothes that looked slightly more comfortable. John wasn't sure if he was relieved or disappointed. It wasn't lingerie, but he didn't mind seeing her dressed casually either. Lizzie smiled at his expression and came to sit beside him on the couch. I wish I would have worn a dress for our date, but I like this better. Dresses are nice, but they're uncomfortable, you know? Actually, I don't. Hee, I'm just being silly. They really are uncomfortable, though. I like it when you look at me. Whether I'm trying to be beautiful or not, it makes me happy. Aw, so cute. She slid closer to him, apparently unaware of how much of her body was touching his. No, she was probably even more aware than he was. You make me happy. I'm glad I'm with you, Lizzie. I'm so glad too. I'm saving this. I'm so glad to hear you say that. ... John, I want you to stay here tonight. Oh, you mean with me? Together. As the night took a sharp turn, John did his best not to panic. He had not thought the date would actually go there, much less in such an obsessive way. But did he have to panic? Lizzie was usually this obsessive, and she had brought it up in a mostly stable way. Besides, they were dating. It wouldn't be strange for them to sleep together, and yet the look in her eyes. John? Sleep with Lizzie? Okay, I'll stay with you. Oh, John. Lizzie leaned even closer, kissing him gently. For the first time in a very long time, John tried to relax and just be with someone. She slid one of her legs over him, climbing into his lap and wrapping her arms around his head to deepen the kiss. A moan of pure satisfaction escapes her lips, reasoning through him. It was awkward. The night they slept together, literally just lying in the same bed with their clothes back on, Lizzie curled up against his side, and to his surprise, he went to sleep very quickly. When he woke up the next morning, he found that she was gone, but he could smell something cooking in the kitchen. John climbed out of bed and wandered toward the kitchen. There he found Lizzie merrily humming to herself and working several dishes at once. Oh, you're awake. I was going to bring you breakfast in bed, but you woke up too early. It smells great. He thought he should hug her from behind or give her a kiss or something, but he felt strangely shy. Lizzie didn't seem to mind, instead urging him to sit down and relax instead of helping. That felt awkward, but with Lizzie in such a good mood, he decided not to contradict her as she bustled around the kitchen, frequently shooting him adoring glances or kissing him on the cheek. There was no hint of instability. Did you sleep okay? It was I really hope you did. Yeah, it was fine. Because I'd never cared about how comfortable that bed was, but then I realized it might be uncomfortable. if it was I can get rid of it, it doesn't. It's okay, Lizzie, it was completely comfortable. Oh, good. I wanted everything to be perfect. I made so many plans, but then I thought that I might have forgotten something, and now he did get up to kiss her. It felt a little strange, but she responded with a blissful cooing noise. Breakfast was finished soon, and impressive bit of bacon, eggs, and waffles. That's what I forgot to eat today! Bacon and egg sandwich. Lizzie sat and watched him eat the first bite before she took any for herself. They only chatted lightly as they ate, as if making up for how heavy things had been before. It helped him fully wake up, though, and reassured that Lizzie wouldn't do anything crazy. Well, do anything crazy in the near future about this. Did you like it? It tasted just as good as it smelled. Oh, good. I never really cared about the taste of food, so I was afraid I hadn't done a good job. You just didn't care about taste? I never seemed to matter, but this breakfast tastes good because I was eating it with you, John. I'm glad, but sorry, I have to go back a second there. You didn't really enjoy food? That's kind of sad. I wasn't sad. I wasn't really. But that's not important right now. We can talk about it later. He considered impression, but decided against it. After all, he hated it when people harassed him about details of his condition. If Lizzie was working through her problems, he wanted to be helpful, and that meant backing off sometimes. So, I'd like to spend the entire vacation with you, like every single day, but maybe you want some space too. Well, it's okay, really, but can I walk with you to the bus stop? Of course. She did walk with him, holding his hand almost shyly. It seemed bizarre that she could be acting shy after they had sex. But John decided that it made sense. She showed a pattern of getting closer, then retreating for a while. He found that depression and energy came in the waves as well, and it was better to ride them out instead of fighting the trend. Besides, maybe distance would do her a little good too. When they reached the stop, she let go of his hand, but grasped his sleeve to keep him there. You liked it, right? Liked what? Everything, our date, and breakfast, and last night. Yeah, I did. You're incredible, Lizzie. I still can't believe you're interested in me. And I don't scare you, do I? Do you want me to change? He stared at her a moment, trying to decide what kind of question that was. Then eventually shrugged. You seem just fine to me. Is everything alright? Hee, it is now. I actually stopped taking the Nilsan the day before our date. ... Uh-oh. So... I done goofed, didn't I? This isn't gonna get the true ending, because... Oh my god, my friend... Oh god, I have no idea what I'm doing. A set choice. Oh shit. Oh! Well, you have seemed better for several days. I guess maybe you didn't need it after all. Sorry for making you take it. No, it was helpful. I saw things a little clearer, but I think I've had enough. That's nothing like my condition, but I guess you know yourself best. I'm glad it helped then. I just wanted to let you know. You don't need to be worried about me. I know you're mine now. Not exactly a comforting statement, but it seemed clear that Lizzie was doing her best to be reassuring, she looked at him so earnestly he couldn't bring himself to do anything but agree. Thanks, Lizzie. Let's take care of our homework then. We can spend more time together later in the vacation, okay? Okay, see you soon. After watching her go for a little while, oh god. Right. You know what? Save. Oops. I didn't read that. Well, anyway. Okay, see you soon, John. Okay. Anyway. I'm gonna save, because this is something new, and I will continue this in this new part in the next video. I've been your main man, Aaron Paradise. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment and share. I'm so glad I saved before, so I think I might have not have to sleep with her, but okay. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment and share, all that fancy stuff, and I shall see you in the next episode. Thank you.